Hello, hello. Say hi when you get here. This is Jen with Jen's Den Art, and I am here today with New Technique Wednesday number 28. How are y'all all doing today? We have about 2 inches of snow on the ground, and it's still snowing in the beautiful state of Montana. Tell me where you're watching from. Say hello when you get here. If you are new to the channel, say hi. And I am Ginger LaCour. I am an acrylic artist. And hey, Sharon, how have you been? And I am every Wednesday. I try to come on every Wednesday to show you something new that I am working on, or something new that I am trying to learn. So, hello, Teresa, 72 degrees in Mississippi. Hey, Cindy. Hey, Loretta. Hey, Kathy. Okay, guys, it is, I think it's 28 here today, and it has been snowing for like all day. So, it's beautiful. It's white, white, white outside right now. Hey, Sharon, how are you? Hey, Christy, we haven't seen you in forever or heard from you in forever. How are you? Hey, Tony. Hey, Helen. Hey, Teresa. I'm so glad y'all are all here. Okay, 78 in Texas. Oh, my goodness. Bless your heart. Okay, so here we go. This is what I am attempting to do today. All right. First of all, let me remember what it's called before I even start. We are going to take some watercolor paper, and we are going to, I think it's called Deckle, if I'm not mistaken. Have y'all ever heard of that? Let me look it up and make sure I'm saying it right. Deckle, you can yes, Deckled Edge, okay? Deckled Edge. Basically, we want, hello, Michael. Okay, so let me start from where I am. I have all of these acrylic paintings that I have painted. A lot of these I painted in the acrylic New Technique Wednesday classes, if you remember, okay? And so what I started doing when I have all of these paintings, what I started doing was, let me take one of these. I started purchasing these things, these mats. And so my plan has been, because I love to sell all of my artwork. Let me see if I can figure out how to open this. Nope, I'm going to have to cut it. Am I going to have to cut it? No, I'm not. It's already open. Okay. So, what I would normally do is I would take my watercolor paper and I would put my my painting in here like this, like so, and then I will sell them like this, and then from there it's basically it's like an 8x10. I'm sorry, it's an 8x8 watercolor painting. And the matting makes it, what is it, like 12x12 now? Yeah, it says on the paper. So it's now a 12x12. So you could buy a frame and, with a glass, and you could put this in a 12x12 frame. You can get them really cheap at Hobby Lobby. Not Hobby Lobby. Yes, Hobby Lobby. I have been buying some frames there for like, less than $5 a piece. So look, here you go. These are the ones I've been buying, the ready mats. It's 8x8 size artwork, but then it becomes a 12x12 when you actually put it in the mat. Okay, so that's a very good way to, work on making your artwork look professional and, you know, hanging it on your walls, especially if you use that watercolor paper like I do a lot. Okay, so what I have right here is just a couple of things that I wanted to show you. I use watercolor paper to paint. This is a 300-pound watercolor paper. Okay, look, I just want you to notice how thick this stuff is. It's super, super thick. It's almost like cardboard. All right, this you cannot buy at any of your craft stores. You would have to get this online. I get this from, it's called Kilimanjaro. I get this from, it's called Cheap Joe's Art Stuff. Okay. Oh, I'm echoing. Sorry. Okay. Bad echo. Sorry. I always do that because I have two microphones going and I always forget to turn one of them off. Okay, so anyway, so this is my watercolor paper I use. This is 300 pound. It's really, really good stuff. And then this is one that I bought at Hobby Lobby. It is 140 pounds. So of course you're gonna see that it's a lot thinner, and that's probably what most of my paintings are on right now. It's a lot thinner, it's a little more flexible. This is the one we're going to use today. I'm going to tear this out. Okay, so we're not actually painting today. We are looking at how to take our paintings. Let me show you something else I have that I'm going to work on. This is what I'm going to get ready today. So I bought this piece at, I don't know, Hobby Lobby, I guess. It looks like, yeah, it's a Hobby Lobby piece. And I really, really liked it because it looks really pretty to paint something on. But it's already got like that old rustic frame on it. And I want to paint something inside here. But it would be really difficult to paint something inside here without getting paint on the inside. I would have to tape it off, and then it still doesn't look right when you do that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to make myself, just going to put myself some marks here because this is a very odd size. I'm going to make myself a piece of watercolor paper that fits in here. And I am going to ravel the edges of my watercolor paper. Now, I've never done this before. This is a new technique for me, but it looks super cool. And I know you can actually buy the paper like already deckled, but I'm just going to make my own, and we are going to DIY some deckled paper today. So I am going to, let's see, let me do this the right way. I'm going to take a ruler, and I'm going to measure the inside of this piece. And it is 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. Okay, 7 1/4 by 11 3/4. So let's go 6 1/4 by, I'm going to take an inch off. So let me write myself this down. So I'm going to go 6 1/4 by 11 3/4 would be 10 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to take this paper. I'm going to show you all a few different things today that we're going to try. And we're going to see if it works. I'm going to take this paper and I'm going to measure. I'm going to use the middle of it because I want the sides. I want all of the edges to be able to be deckled. I want my edges to be deckled. So I am going to measure, what did I say? 6 1/4. So from here to here. All right. And then I'm going to measure all the way down And that's going to be 10 3/4. So I'm going to make sure I go 10 and, well, it's almost all the way to the end of the paper. So I'm going to have to go up just a little here. No, let me just make it a little smaller. That'll be fine. So I'm going to go, let's just go 10. And then I'll go 10 here. Okay. And then instead of, I'm just going a little bit smaller, y'all. Instead of 6 1/4, I'm going to go 5 1/2. So 5 1/2 here. And then 5 1/2 here. I'm going to hurry this up for y'all. Okay, so from there, let's get this straight. 10. 10. I'm just giving myself a guide to make sure that I'm going straight across the bottom. Okay. And then I said 5 1/2. So let's go 5 1/2 to here. I don't think I measured that, did I? From this edge. So I'm going to have to go 5 1/2. And then let's go ahead and go. I'm trying to make it as square as possible. 5 1/2. Might not be perfect, but that's okay. So then 5 1/2. 5 1/2. 5 1/2. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show y'all how we're going to make this speckled paper or deckled paper. Okay. I'm going to take something really strong and hold it down, and I'm going to fold it on that edge. Okay, I'm giving myself a crease. And then once I get that crease going, I'm going to take my paintbrush. Make sure your paintbrush is clean. And don't do like I did and use a dirty paintbrush that still had some paint in it. And then it made my paper like turn brown. So I'm going to put some water on the edge of the paper. You can spray the water if you want. But we're going to try that. And then we're going to turn it over and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We might have to do this a few times because this paper is thick. So I'm going to get all of my deckled edges here. Okay. Hey, Miss Pat and Miss Cindy, I'm still echoing. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try that. Let me close this blind. We've got super bright, sunny snow coming down. I love it though. It's so pretty. Okay. All right. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. All right. So here we go with one side. Let's see if that's going to tear. I might have to wet it some more. Oh, it is tearing. All right. So we're going to tear. You got to put a little bit of elbow grease in this. Okay, so I'm going to go all the way around. You see how I made that little edge there? I'm going to go all the way around and do this. I'm not going to show y'all the whole thing because I think y'all got the idea here. I'm going to go all the way around and do this. And then when I'm done, because this this piece of paper. I'm going to use this piece of paper, this watercolor paper, for this frame. Okay, and once I get it all to the right size that I want, it's going to fit inside here. And then I'm going to paint on it. But before I paint on it, I'm not going to paint today. I'm just showing y'all what I'm doing. Before I paint on it, I am going to tape it off. Like after it's dry and after I got the little deckled edges the way I want, I'm going to just tape it off all the way around, just a little bitty edge. So I'm going to have to be really careful. I'm going to tape it all off, and then I'm going to paint something on it. It's probably going to be a vertical. Oh, maybe a Christmas tree would be pretty. Yeah. So it's going to be a vertical painting, and then I'm going to adhere it. Once it dries, I'm going to adhere it to the wood. So that's what I want to show y'all right now, because I want to see if this is going to work for me. That is my plan. So I'm going to deckle all of these edges. I'm going to just say it again so y'all understand what I'm doing. I'm going to paint. I'm going to tape this off, and I'm going to paint on it. I don't know what I'm painting yet. I might paint a Christmas tree or something. And then I'm going to adhere that painting. It's all going to be kind of on the end, you know, I'm going to have like a little edge all the way around. And I'm going to, I guess, Mod Podge. Okay. All right. Let's see. I have an Echo. Are y'all better? Yeah. An X-Acto knife. I don't know. What about the X-Acto knife? I want the edges to be all broken up like that. So let's see what we're going to do here. We're going to try something on, I think I'm going to use, see, I have these wood pieces. I have a lot of wood pieces that I use to paint on a lot. This is just like a 6x6x2 that my husband cuts for me. This is probably like a 10x10, something like that. So I'm going to take one of these paintings that's already painted. Let's see. Maybe, ooh, this one's pretty. What do y'all think? Maybe the pear? What do y'all think? Maybe the pear, or it's an 8x8 and I'm going to put it on like a 10x10. Here's another one that's really pretty. Pick one for me. The pear. The other ones are too big. I would need a bigger piece of wood to be able to do this. But I have all of these paintings. That one's not going to work. So which one y'all think? The pear is awesome. You could use double-sided tape and then you could change it out. Yep. The pear. Okay. The pear. Lynn says that one. I don't know what's that one, but all right. So this is what we're going to do first. I want the background to be black instead of this color. So let me go ahead. I think I started. Yeah, this is the paintbrush I was using. Let me put some black on here. This is just acrylic paint, y'all. It's nothing special. And we're going to let this dry while we deckle our edges, and we're going to see how it comes out. I hope it comes out. This should be interesting. So I'm doing something very much out of my comfort zone. If you've been following me any at all, you know that I'm not a crafter. I do not cut paper. I don't use hot glue guns. I just basically paint. I love painting. That is the thing I do. So I'm at the point right now where I have so many paintings filling up my extra room that I need to start trying to get rid of them. I know, like, I've already done like 2 online Facebook sales, and I've sold a lot of them. But y'all, I paint every week in a membership group, and actually they're overflowing in my house, and I don't know what to do with them. I think I'm going to be giving a lot of them away for Christmas. Okay. So, yeah, this is totally out of my comfort zone. I just want to let y'all know. All right, let me clean that paintbrush off. I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to put it on the side. And I'm going to try to use this one. I need like a hard edge to help me crease this paper. So I'm using, this is my glass palette that I use to paint on sometimes. And so I'm using it to help me get a hard edge here. Okay, so I'm going to crease this edge. Now I don't want to get this black paint all over. Let me see if I have a, oh, I do. I'm going to get me a baby wipe real quick. Hang on. Okay. I need to wipe my hands so that this black paint doesn't get all over my paper. And these baby wipes are not very moist. Here's my spray bottle. Okay, good, 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 good. Late today. Hey, Diana. We're playing today. We're not painting. I'm trying to be a crafty person, and it just doesn't work really well. I lose stuff. I'm not really good at working with objects like ribbon and cut glass and all that kind of stuff. I'm not good at all of that kind of stuff. Probably because I don't like it. I like to paint. That's what I like to do. And so what I'm trying to do right now is trying to make, let's get a nice clean paintbrush. I'm trying to make a deckled edge, and we are going to Mod Podge it onto a wooden surface and see how it looks. Okay, so y'all are learning with me today. All right, I'm folding this over again, and I'm just wetting it. I'm wetting it on the edge. So by wetting it, I think this is 140-pound paper. So by wetting it, it's going to give me, it's going to make it tear easier. I don't know if I should wet it. Like, I've seen some people wet it, and then I've seen other people just fold back and forth until it just tears really easily. So let's see. Well, that's not tearing real easy. They actually have a tool you can buy. It's like a ruler, but on the edge of the ruler is got the little, a metal straight edge to rip the paper after folding it. Put metal straight edge on the line and rip the smaller piece away from the main portion using the ruler to help. I thought about doing that. So I'm going to try both. That's a good idea. All right, so this worked out pretty good. Okay, so let's try doing another side. Now this is a little difficult because I'm working with such a small spot to crease. But let's try it. Y'all get to watch me. Y'all get to watch me do something that's really out of my comfort zone here. We are trying to be all trying trying to be all crazy doing this. Sometimes I amaze myself that I'm like, okay, let me try to do this online, live, something that I've never done before, and let's see if it works. Okay, so I don't know if I'm strong enough to pick up this little piece right here. I didn't wet this one. Nope, I'm not strong enough to do that. I'm going to have to wet it because I have a feeling I'm going to tear it. Maybe I could wet it just a little bit to help me. When the Fab Four with Miss Tracy Creates and Elizabeth Rhodes Studio and all of it, Denise says she's proud of me. Cassie says to run an X-Acto knife along the edge of the palette. Do you mean along the edge of the paper? I actually tried that earlier and I cut straight through all the paper. So that didn't work for me. Unless I guess I was putting too much pressure. You're very brave. It comes with the territory of teaching. Like sometimes you just learn, like, you know, my students, I used to be a high school math teacher, and my students would say, well, what if you did this or what if you did that? And I taught college trigonometry. Okay. So sometimes we were doing some things that I didn't know how it was going to turn out. And they would say, well, what if you do this or what if you do that? And I'd be like, okay, well, let's try it. We'll learn together. And so that's kind of my motto here. Okay, I'm not doing well with this. Hang on. I do not have a metal ruler, so I might have to put some more water. I cannot get it up. Let me put a little bit more water on it. I have to start it, like it's not starting. Golly, it is not starting. Let me put some more water on this. You'll see my tape on my wrist. Okay, let's try again. Oh my goodness. Okay, I got it. There we go. Okay, now it's tearing like I like. Look how pretty that is. Let me put this back underneath so y'all can see how pretty it's coming out. Look, isn't that pretty? Ooh, I like it. You know how I like rustic stuff. So, God, this paper is super strong. All right, that looks really good. That one came out a lot better. Ooh, I like it. Look how pretty. Okay, let's try the next side. It might not be perfect all the way around, but you know what? That's all right. We learning. We learning together. All right, let me fold this over. Let's get some water on here. I'm putting a little bit more water this time. I'll let it soak in there. Let's go back one more time. don't know if that's enough. Yep, okay, I got it. Let's do this. It might be easier. Maybe next time I'll try. We'll do the burn. Isn't there like a burn method you could do? It might be easier. You're welcome, Miss Judy. I have scrapbook scissors that give you a deckled edge. Oh, well, that sounds a lot easier than this. But I think you should do your deckled edge before you paint on the paper. Okay, I think that is kind of what I got from it, like the few little things I looked up about it. So you do your deckled edge first, and then you tape it. You can tape down your paper, and then you can paint on it. But what I want to see is how it's going to look on that black background. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm anxious to see. So I'm hoping the Mod Podge will work to stick it to the wood. Y'all think Mod Podge will work? It's hard to do thick paper like that. There's a scoring tool. Yes, there is a scoring tool that you can use. I saw that, but we DIY in it here. Let's see if we can get this. Okay. Okay, so here's something I learned. It comes out better, so that the deckled area comes out better if you pull your paper up instead of pulling it out and trying to spread it apart from one another. So I like the rougher edge, which is up here. And that's when I pulled the paper in two different directions. Like I pulled my little piece right here. I pulled it up, and then it gave it a little bit more, like fringe, I guess you can call it. So I like that better than pulling it like this, like kind of like separating it apart like this. It worked better when I pulled it up. Okay, so I got it all DIY'd. Now let's bring in, ooh, okay, I like that. Let's bring this in. Now let's see. I have some Mod Podge. It's matte Mod Podge. I've been having this stuff for like 8 years. I don't even know if it's going to work. All right. I have been told that Miss Tracy Creates told me I don't put enough Mod Podge on my stuff. So, do I put it on the back? I guess I put it on the back of here. Okay. I'm just going to... This is so not my territory. So I'm going to put it on the back. Let me move this out the way. Y'all don't laugh at me, okay? I'm going to put it on the back. I'm going to put a lot. Am I doing this right? Black makes it pop. Yes, I do want to permanently mount it, Miss Jane. So what do y'all think? Mod Podge it on and then Mod Podge it again, like on top? I do want to permanently mount it on my wood. Okay, I have a lot of Mod Podge. Don't need that much. I know, I don't know what I'm doing. Well, Miss Tracy told me I didn't put enough Mod Podge when we were making our ornaments the other day. So my actually, no, I do not have an iron, Miss Jane. Don't laugh at me. I don't have an iron. We live in the mountains and we wear sweatshirts and jeans all the time. But I need to get an iron because we do have some shirts that would that do require ironing. I just don't wear them. All right. Let's see if this is going to work. So I'm guessing you're telling me that I could put something on top of this and then iron it down? Is that what you're saying? Okay, how do I, oops, it's not centered. Okay, it's looking good. How do I make this stay down? Because this is like really, really thick paper. And it's starting to crease up on the edges. You need to do front and back and edge of wood. Okay, so let me put some more Mod Podge right here. Is this what y'all are talking about? Come on, paper, work with me here. Thank you. Thank you, Miss April. Okay, so this is starting to stick. All right, maybe I could put a brick on it or something to hold it down. You have to let Mod Podge dry and then put your item down. Oh, what? I gotcha. Okay, so let me try to put some more Mod Podge here. I don't understand the iron part, because if you put the iron to it, it would melt the glue, right? And then it wouldn't stick. But what do I know? I'm not a Mod Podger. But I think it's going to be beautiful if it works out. We just got to try to make it stick. Maybe I should get a different type of adhesive. Just got to make it stick. Iron reactivates it. Okay, y'all are making so much sense. Y'all are making so much sense. You can put the Mod Podge on top of the picture. That's what I'm going to do once I get it stuck, Michael. Maybe I could start making it stick. All right, let me go underneath here too. This is a mess. But I think it's going to be pretty, right? Let's see, maybe I need to go on the top. There we go. It's starting to stick. Okay. I'm going to start putting a bunch on here. Y'all don't laugh at me, please. I can laugh at me, but y'all can't laugh at me. I have the sun coming in on my face. This is all going to dry clear. So I think I'm on to something now. I'm just putting a lot. All right, help me out, people. Here you go. Mod Podge board, dry. Put paper on board. Use parchment paper on top. Iron. It will reactivate. Okay, I will do that. I'll have to get an iron. I have a blow dryer. Does that not work? Parchment paper. Man, this is a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be. But I think it's going to work out. I just might have to, I'm going to have to reactivate it. I'm going to have to do the iron and reactivate it. And then we're going to have to let it dry, right? Is that all I need to do? Yeah, because it's not sticking all the way. So I think it'll be really beautiful if I can get it to work right. And remember, this is my first time doing this, so we're going to learn together here. But I think the painting is pretty. Maybe I should just stick to painting, huh? What do y'all think? Cindy says, then you add glass and resin. Girl, I can't do all of that. I would have glass. I would be. I'm too messy and paint is enough for me. This room is full of enough stuff with just my acrylic paint and my paint brushes. I can't do the glass and resin stuff. I'll leave that to my buddies to do that part. Yeah, the black background really looks good. When dry, flip it over, put heavy book on it, and you add that. It does look really good. So should I put a Is that going to help it dry faster? I might have to go out of the camera because my extension cord doesn't. So it's going to dry clear. Ugh. Okay, don't touch it, Ginger. Don't touch it. You can already see it's looking really good. I'm trying to get my blow dryer to reach. What do y'all think? I think it looks pretty good. My craft room is overflowing with canvases, paints, and glass. I'm not doing the glass. I can't. It's just too much. And I know me, I'll end up cutting myself. I got a little piece of hair right there. Trying to get it off. There we go. Okay, so you can see it's not completely centered because I did not purchase the board for this 8x8. The board was already cut and I just grabbed it off of my shelf. But look how cute. Isn't that cute? And yes, it is going to be a permanent fixture on here. And then you can put a hanger on the back or whatever you want. I just have to make sure that it stays stuck on here. So yeah, the black really looks good. And you know what I was thinking about doing too? I can't do it while it's wet, but you know how I love all that rustic look? I could even come back and just kind of sand the edges of the board just a little bit to make it even more rustic. So isn't it cute? It's so cute. And I love the way it came out. So what was this live all about? This New Technique Wednesday was basically learning how to deckle the edges of your watercolor paper and then taking your paintings, whatever size you have, I probably have 40 more somewhere in a drawer or something. All of these paintings I have all of this watercolor paper. It goes on and on and on. You can basically kind of frame your own. Now, I highly suggest you use wood, okay? Use the wood, like these kind of cradled boards. These kind of cradled boards, put them on wood. Here's the smaller ones. You could do a cute little something on here and make an ornament out of it. I have these pieces of wood. I can cut a piece of watercolor paper and do something on here. But once I figure out and I master the adhesion part, it'll definitely be a great finish to a painting. So I hope y'all enjoyed this. Isn't this cute? I really like it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you for putting up with me and my craziness here. And I'll see y'all next time on New Technique Wednesday. Y'all have a great week. Love you. Bless you. Talk to you later. Bye.